are live. We're live. We're live. I'm so grateful to be here with you today, Queen Mutima. How are you, sweetheart?
I'm full of gratitude. Thank you so much for everything you've
Awesome,
already done for
awesome.
me. Mm.
Okay, so I'm just excited about this podcast interview. I've been waiting to interview you. And by the way, you look gorgeous today.
Mm.
Definitely want to give you that compliment. And I would like to just go ahead and we're going to start off and we're going to have some questions that we're going to ask you because I want you to tell everybody who you are, what you do. First of all, let me ask you this. Where are you from? Give us your full name and tell us where you're from. That's the first thing I want. Your full name and tell us where you're from.
Mutima Imani. I go by Queen Reverend Mutima Imani, and I'm living in California. I was born in Youngstown, Ohio, but I'm an Oaktown girl right now. I'm in Oakland, California.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. And I am hailing, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from the Peach. And that would be at the south of Atlanta, Georgia. I am in McDonough, Georgia, the Peach. So at any rate, okay, so with that, I have a question. My first question to you is going to be this so that we can kind of get you going and started on letting people know because what we do these podcasts and the speaking opportunities. And thank you so much for joining our speaking program because you're going to get a lot of value out of that. All of the speaking opportunities that comes with that package, you're going to be like really wow. And not to mention the connections of all the other speakers who have joined the membership as well. And you guys are going to bond and you're going to see doors are going to open that you did not expect to open because you didn't know what you didn't know. But one thing I can say that you did know, and that was to follow your heart
Mm.
because by divine purpose, God sent you to me
Mm.
so that we could work together
Mm.
and grow together. And for that, I'm grateful. Thank you so much. So,
Thank
with that, what is your purpose in life? What is your purpose in
you.
life? Give
Mm.
us a little bit about that.
My purpose is to find the tipping point concept that would heal the heart of humanity, heal the wounds of racism, and make the reality that we're all one, one race, the human race.
Okay, okay. I understand that. You want that's a great desire, and something to definitely strive for. And you're not alone. You have a lot of people that's striving for that, which means when you get have a lot of people doing the same thing, you have to get positive results. We may not see them, but there are positive results coming from that. Because everybody has their own little territory. God gives everybody their territory. And when you cover your territory, I cover mine, they cover theirs, they cover. We don't know, but we're making an impact and we don't even know. We may not see it because we can't see it, but God sees it.
Mhm.
And the lives of the people that you touch see it. And that's what matters most. That was beautiful. My next question is what tell us a little bit. Okay, yeah, tell us a little bit about your background and how what is it about your background that prepares you to fulfill your life mission. You just told us your mission. You want to see change. You want to see everybody that's, I guess, think that we're separated. You want to see us all come together under
Yes,
one human race as a instead of just all those other, even though we may be different nationalities, we can still be one. And the
yes.
Bible says that too. It says that about us. Even though we are many members, we're still one body. And that's what I heard you say. So take it away, sis. Let us know what qualifies you to
Well,
fulfill your life's mission.
well, thank you for that.
Take your time.
My father was in the military, so as a young girl, I lived in um, French Morocco and Okinawa. So my background, the way I was raised, I was in other cultures. And even when I didn't know the language, I could feel the interconnection of people and I could communicate with them without even knowing the language. So I started to see that there is a energy that comes from the heart, actually, that allows us to be together in peace and in harmony with the feeling of belonging. So we were the second black family to move into a small town called Apple Valley. And on Friday nights, the KKK came. for
Wow.
years, especially when my father was in the Vietnam War. And it was very confusing because the children that I was with, and I was the only black in a lot of situations besides my sisters and brothers, I could connect with them. They were my friends. They didn't mistreat me. But then
Mhm.
we had the KKK coming. So it was really confusing to me. And then I started to realize that I needed to stay in my heart and not be living in fear, not be projecting hate, the hate that was coming towards me.
Wow.
And my mother used to say when we would go places, and oftentimes we were the first black families to be in places, and either we got the red carpet rolled out or we would get, we don't want you here. And my mother would say, "Pay attention to me. We're here to have a good time." And if we needed to leave, my father would leave without a shuffle. Like I
Wow.
got that I was enough. I got that staying in my heart could push the negativity away. And
Wow.
I got that love is the healing salve of the world. And I realize that love starts with loving self.
Mm.
And and I have a teacher from Ghana, Brother Ishmael Tete, and he says he wrote a small book called The Mission of Jesus Revealed. And he said that Jesus died
Mhm.
because he had and was killed because he had the audacity to say that being human was divine. I'm the son of God and you're the children of God. But what
Wow.
religion has done is it's told us that we are sinners. So if you're thinking sin, 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 what are you going to do? Sin, sin, sin.
Sin, sin, sin.
And if you're thinking that you're divine, what are you going to do? Acts
You
of
gonna work.
kindness, loving drive-by blessings, helping, healing. And that's what I've dedicated my life to.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome. And I love your name, Queen Mutima. I love
Yes.
that.
Thank
Love
you.
Queen Reverend Mutima. Okay, so that was awesome, awesome, awesome. And then I would like to know from you, what is one of the main messages that you carry for our attendees when you speak publicly? What is the main thing that you will share with the attendees? I know you're speaking at this upcoming event. You're
Yes.
speaking at quite a few events. You are a speaker. Tell us a little bit about your evangelism church speaking
Yes.
your speaking journey in the church. Give us about 1 minute of that. 1 minute of that.
Well, I have found myself really talking to the hearts of people and asking them to begin to love themselves. I'm not expecting people to love me who don't love themselves.
Mhm.
We're in the
And
time,
how long have you been in the ministry? That's my question.
oh,
I'm
let's
sorry.
see.
I should have asked it that way.
You
That's what I want.
you want me to tell my age? No.
No,
I'm just
no,
teasing you.
I know, but I want you to tell your experience
Yes.
and what qualifies you as a public speaker.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people think that because they speak on they have to speak on events like this or in-person events as a public speaker when
Mhm.
it to say that they're a public speaker. Whereas I know I came up in the church. I know I was working in law enforcement. I've done a lot of training. I am a public speaker, whether I get on this platform or not. Still a public speaker.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I have a history of that. And that's what created me and brought me to this point, all of those other speaking opportunities that came my way that God had afforded me. So that's what I kind of wanted you to just share a little bit about how you got into public speaking.
Well, it's a funny little story because when I was in elementary school and junior high school, uh, I decided that I wanted to start to go to church. And there was a church that was close to us, and it was a Southern Baptist church, and it was Hellfire and Damnation. And then I got really scared because the preacher would say, even if you're saved, you will go to hell if you're hanging around people who are unsaved. And my family wasn't going to church. So I would go home like, I don't want to go to hell. You got to come to
That's right.
church. And then by the time I was just about ready to crack, my mother started taking us to a Black Methodist church. And then what happened is I realized that spirit would come into the room and we would be full of spirit, up dancing, praising, shouting. And then when we couldn't go to church, I would say, "Oh, we're not going? Well, I'm going to preach today." And
Oh,
my family would gather and I would just do what the preacher did. I would
oh,
bring the spirit in and we would praise and we would feel good. So that
awesome,
yeah, it's kind of like I was born into it because it was a natural thing for me to be able to do what I saw being done and to move people,
awesome,
yeah, into praise.
awesome. That was good. That was good. Yeah, a lot of celebrities started out right at home in the
Yeah,
church. I know Aretha Franklin. They used to do it right in her house,
yeah,
and
yeah,
they said they said music was in all day long, just music.
yeah,
And the Jacksons too, the
yeah.
Jackson Five and all of that. So yeah, and you know what? It's a good thing because the Bible even says that charity starts at home.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So when you can get rooted and grounded at home, and it also takes me back to what you said before about how all of us coming together. The reason a lot of times we can't come together, I'm going in, is because people mindset that was developed in them when they was young and in their home.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So if you have these people, like you said, what you said, the Ku Klux Klan, if you
Hmm.
have these people, they're teaching their children that, then the
Yeah.
children are going to do it too.
Yeah.
So it's important what we pour into our children's hearts and minds because, like you said, it made a difference, but it may had a positive impact. Your
Yes.
family, your parents had a positive impact on you. And I want to say that's a bonus because if we can
Yes.
just reach one, then God has done his
Yeah.
job,
Hmm.
so that's a bonus. And another question I want to ask for you, we're going to go ahead and close this out. I really enjoyed being with you today, and I've learned more about you today than I knew before. So thank you for
Thank
taking time out to do this interview with me.
you.
And my final question to you today is this. If you could, if you could narrow down to one thing that you would like to leave the audience with, what would it be? That one thing that you would like to leave the audience with? And then I'm going to leave my affirmation and we're going to close. Take it away.
One thing, I'd like my audience to know that we've been lied to, that being human is divine, and that as we connect with ourselves in a divine way, I am the child of the divine. And with others, you are the child of the divine, and my divinity greets the divinity in you. And then we need to
Awesome.
connect with the earth. The earth, everything that's been made is from the divine. Yeah.
That's right. Awesome. Awesome. Everything that is made is definitely indeed from the divine. And I'm glad I'm still here.
I'm glad you're here
En-
too.
Enjoying every bit of it, every bit of
Yes.
God's creation. So
Yeah.
with that, I want to close with and let our attendees, those viewers, attendees, whoever may hear this under the sound of my voice, I want to encourage you to keep doing what you're doing, but do more of it. And
Mm,
whatever you do, keep God first in the equation
mm,
because he gave you the vision. And God will not give you a vision without giving you the provision. I'm
mm,
Dr. Patricia Rogers, visibility strategist, and I am the CEO of Unity in Service,
mm,
where people need people.
mm. Yeah. People need